So we all know the propaganda surrounding the Armando Abrego Garcia case, and we've had people in our comments trying to gaslight us, and we had the administration that came out with the edited New York Times front page piece where they wrote he's never coming back, and they crossed out this and they crossed out that and put their own words in there. It's stunning because they have been trying to file a lot of stuff under seal in this case, right? They've already admitted that he was illegally deported, but they're still trying to push it and gaslight it. He'll never come back. Do you think he's ever got a chance of living in this country again? He'll just come back and be proven a gang member and then deported, which is fine with us. Just give him that opportunity, right? So now some of these documents have been unsealed, and they tell a much different story than what the administration, the Vlad administration, would like us to believe. Remember Marco Rubio at the disgusting sycophant suck-a-dick cabinet meeting where they all take turns coddling Trump's nutsack and telling him what a fucking brave, handsome man he is? Remember Marco Rubio looking right at the reporter saying, I'm not going to tell you and I'm not going to tell a judge what we're doing in the Abrego Garcia case. So there. Thank you for that, Mr. Marco Rubio. They don't want us to know what they're doing behind the scenes, and we think they're actually trying to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia. And Marco Rubio specifically said, we're not going to tell you what we're going to conduct foreign policy the way we conduct foreign policy and with the executive branch, and I'm not going to tell you and I'm not going to tell the judge what we're doing in regards to our foreign policy. So put a pin in that. We can't forget Bukele in the Oval Office saying, when Judge Xinis was trying to figure out what was going on with the whole thing, and Bukele saying, I would never, twirling his evil mustache, saying, I would never import a domestic terrorist into the United States. Now in court, they're trying to, try to claim all this privilege that they don't have. Executive privilege, state secret privilege. Oh, a privilege that I'm just not going to tell you about. Well, so in order to resolve that, Judge Xinis has to, in camera, because privilege has to be backed up with facts and documents. Well, there's a new filing by the Abrego Garcia lawyers that say a full month has passed since the United States Supreme Court found that Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia's removal to El Salvador was illegal and affirmed that this court properly required the government to facilitate his release from custody in El Salvador and ensure that his case is handled as it would have been had he not improperly been sent to El Salvador. Yet Abrego Garcia remains in El Salvador, and the government has produced no evidence showing that it has made the slightest effort to facilitate his release. To the contrary, the president has insisted on national television that although he has the power to bring him back, he won't, because his lawyers have told him he doesn't have to. Other cabinet members, including Secretary of Homeland Security, have likewise testified before Congress that there's no scenario in which Abrego Garcia will be in the United States again. Meanwhile, in a sealed ex parte proceedings, the government has basically tried to draw out this litigation. So there's a new filing within the last hour, or I guess 2 hours at this point. They said because they want to keep everything hush-hush tone so they can continue to bash Abrego Garcia, tear him down as a man, call him a wife beater and a human trafficker and an MS-13 gang member and all that other shit. But they're saying, though, in their filing, publicly disclosing that sensitive information would likely harm ongoing diplomatic negotiations. Remember, there's a backdrop of a contempt issuance from Judge Xinis against this administration. Abrego Garcia's in their new 30-page filing say, privilege? What privilege? They don't have any privilege. They can't be trusted with privilege, and we can't believe them when they assert privilege. So Xinis has to get to the bottom of what's going on in this alleged diplomacy negotiations that the Trump administration is saying that they have ongoing. We don't really know. Are they going to pop them out sometime? They're probably holding them until their poll numbers are just so abysmal that they need some kind of up so they can see, look what we did. We brought him back. Isn't that great? Don't you like us again? Or some shit like that. But that contempt finding, this will be the second judge to do it. 14 media outlets have already filed issuances saying, we need this information. We are a public justice system here in America. And if it's on the public docket, we should be able to see it. And I agree with that. You can see all of these legal filings at Legal AF, the Midas Touch, Legal AF, on their Substack under filings AF, of course, and they posted all the legal filings up to this date. So if you want to go and look at them yourself, you can. This is invaluable resource right here for us who are keeping our eyes on the ball here. Thank you.